Hey everyone, I've got a treat for you. I've got a good friend of mine, Dan with HireBus. And Dan with HireBus, what he does and what the HireBus does is enables you to keep bringing in and more of the candidates that you need, not the candidates that just come in off the street, but the candidates that you're looking for, whether you're looking for canvassers, salespeople, executives in your company. But Dan, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit of information about you and HireBus?
Yeah, well, thanks, Chuck. Chuck and I have known each other for a while now because what we have is a behavioral assessment that's been used, taken over 1 million times, been in development for over 30 years, used by Fortune 500 companies. And we have a benchmark for sales reps. And what the benchmark does is it identifies people that have the right behaviors to be a really good sales rep. And Chuck and I have worked together because the data has been good. It's informed folks that he's advised and folks that we've hired and folks that he's recommended we bring on the team. But one of the pain points Chuck said to me the other day is, great, the assessment's awesome. It gives us a lot of information about the candidates, but business owners don't have time or resources to post the job ads, to manage the listing on Indeed, to send messages back and forth with all the candidates, to send them the assessment, make sure they get the results, to schedule them for interviews, follow up with them, and then make sure they actually show up to the interview in the first place. And so that's what we did. We built a system that does all that for you with a mixture of automations and then an account manager for our team at a really affordable, accessible rate for all sizes of business. And so Chuck was like, hey, why don't you come on and show us? And so we built a top rep example that folks that want to use the top rep, sales rep playbook to hire can leverage so that you can do very little work and get a waiting list of good sales rep candidates that when you have an opening or have a need, you just call down that list and you bring them in your business and you're there. So I guess maybe the best thing to do is just show it, Chuck. So you want me to just show how this works?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you how this works. So step one is we post the role for you. We have an account manager and multiple account managers that will be specific to your company and specific to your posting. And so we'll log on to your business. I'm using my own business here, but we'll log on funnel@hirebus.com and we'll manage the post. We'll adjust the job description based on what we're seeing. We'll repost it every few weeks so that it's fresh. This is one I did 5 days ago, and we already got 458 candidates. We'll make sure that those candidates fill out the form and go to the careers page and do all the necessary things. And we'll do so using the recruiting machine playbook so that we can make sure we're using the right processes that Chuck and the rest of the top rep team have shared. One of the things we've found, good recruiting is good marketing. So for every single job posting we do, we make a custom landing page. And we do so for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, we want to show that we are legitimate, polished, focused business. And so we can show you, hey, we're looking for a career notch job, work with us. And this is specific to the role. So it's not just about top rep, it's about being a sales representative at top rep. Number 2, by showing that we're legitimate, we also show that we care about you. We'll show you the benefits, the growth opportunities, the company culture. We'll have an FAQ about what's company culture like at top rep. If you're asking that question, they know the company culture is good. It doesn't matter what your answer is. They know if you're asking that question that you're focused on it. Same thing with company's approach to development, opportunities for advancement. If you as the company are sharing these things, you've thought through it. And what we'll do then is we'll create a little lead form here. So anyone that comes to the page will fill out their name, their email, their phone number, and answer some basic questions so that you know they're the right fit. Do they live within 20 miles of your location? Are they willing to work certain hours? Like you name it, we'll customize it for you and we'll show videos about your business. Now, once we get this information, this is typically the hard part of hiring, is managing, making sure people fill out the application, making sure people fill out a behavioral assessment, making sure people show up to your interview. So what we've done is we've built a full pipeline and all automations so that at every single stage here, from clicking on your Indeed link, to finishing the application, to taking a HireBus, to needing to schedule, to attending, we will follow up plenty of times. And Chuck, last time we talked, what'd you say is the number 1 pain point that you're facing?
Well, get them to show up for the first point.
Yeah, getting them to show up. Like at certain, I heard someone say like, "Hey, I'll take literally anyone that shows up. I will hire," which is scared the crap out of me. But we build automation so they get emails, they get texts. We do ringless voicemails for people to remind them and to confirm they'll show up. We'll hit them 4 or 5 times on each modality so they show up and they know you're serious. We'll make sure we can set a schedule. We'll brand this to your company, a scheduling page for a video interview. We can set certain dates that are available. We can make it so you can only interview in the next 5 days or only on Tuesdays, whatever works for your flow. Now, all of this only works because of HireBus, and HireBus is our assessment. And so what you see here is the HireBus assessment, but most importantly, we have benchmarks for roles. And this outside sales benchmark is an incredibly powerful benchmark that Fortune 500 companies have used. And so with this, you can have every candidate take it, and you can prioritize those that score 8, 9, or 10, because you know they'll be worth your time for interviewing. So you, as the business owner, all you do is interview candidates that you know meet your core requirements and you know have the right behaviors to be successful in your business. And what you get at the end of all this is my favorite thing. You get this, a waiting list of good candidates who are right for your business, who have the right behaviors for the role, and who are interested in working with you. And whenever there's an opening, you give them a call, you have them join your business, and you never have vacancy or capacity issues again. So that was a pretty brief walkthrough. But what I wanted to share is Chuck and I were talking about this and said, hey, we know you have an amazing recruiting machine, Playbook, but the doing of it, the posting the jobs, the emailing of the candidates, the following up, the badgering them to show up to interviews, that's where there's a lot of pain. And so we've built a system and structure that will do that for you. And so all you do is interview qualified, awesome candidates and bring them into your business.
Man, Dan, this is awesome. How do people get in touch with you so that they can get signed up for this? I know that for myself, I wanted to get signed up for it because I go through, and several of our clients, we go through our recruiting machine, which is great. It works. The problem is it still takes time. And so this gives you that opportunity to allow HireBus to do what they do, and you get to do what you do all day long.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we're going to post a link somewhere. It's going to be hirebus.com/toprep is what it'll be wherever you can click it. If you can't click it, you can just type those words in. And on that landing page will be a link to book a discovery call. And so what we do, how we set up all of these, is we do a 45-minute discovery call. And what you're going to do is we'll go on your business website. We'll make sure we get your logo, your brand information, a lot of that information that our team can go figure out yourself. But then we ask you what is the most important questions. What makes you different? What's your company culture? Why would someone want to work for you versus the competition? Because what we'll do is we'll customize not only that careers page, but the follow-up messaging, the content on your calendaring page for you, because good candidates are smart and they know if you're doing generic language. So we spend most of the time talking about those details that we can't quite get online, and we customize everything for you. And then a few days later, we go live and you sit back and get good interviews scheduled on your calendar.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. I look forward to seeing how everybody that inside of Top Rep uses you. And I can't wait to see a lot of these assessments come back.
Yeah, it's super powerful. Really excited to help out the community and just get really great sales reps and seats and help grow businesses.
All right.